Take 2, July 4th, 2025. This time we're just going to start with these. We're missing one. Count the babies, we're down 1. It's one of the Rubinos. There were only 2 in here, and then the pink. And yesterday it was sitting all puffed up, and so I grabbed it, and it was a skeleton. So it's in the house in a hospital cage with a heating pad, and I'm hand feeding, trying to get food down it. Every 3 or 4 hours, it doesn't want to take the food, but I managed to get food down it, and it is pooping, but all it wants to do is sit and sleep, and it hasn't tried to eat or drink. So I don't know if it's going to make it. Up here are 3, and Mom still has her crooked head. So somebody put her head on wrong. I don't know what happened to her. And on the last take of this, I didn't show this down here. She's in the nest box, and she's staying in. With the cleaning and commotion, cleaning the cages, and I save these for second to last because I go from top to bottom. And then these just go crazy. Crazy when I clean all the cages. I don't like it. Now we go over here. We got our little chickens pecking away. Everybody got their cages cleaned today and fresh food and water. So they always sound like, because I dump the leftover food and they get all fresh, they sound like little chickens pecking away. I always think that. Okay, now I tried this before, and let's see who doesn't want to stay in. Well, this had a whole dish full of birds, and now that I'm doing this, they don't want to be in because I'm a scary monster. So now we got a problem here. We're down a bird in here. Rubino, one of the Rubinos, or was it the only Rubino in? No, wait. Yeah, the hand-fed Rubino is dead. Now, I hand-fed that bird last year with these other ones, and it took longer than the others, but it finally weaned, and then it was out here. But then in the winter, it started going downhill. Well, you know a little from last week. So it was in all winter. I had it in a cage with a heating pad, and it was gaining, it was eating, so it was gaining weight. And then when it warmed up out here on the porch, I brought it back out. Of course, you saw it last week, and the one, Rosie here in the front, Rosie male, of course, had been, I had commented, the back, a patch on the back of the Rubino, the feathers had been yanked out, but there was no like bleeding or anything. It was the one I said last week. I had mentioned that and zeroed in on its back. Well, after that, which was 4 something, I was in and out on this porch watching the birds. And then when I came out at 7 to give fresh water again to birds that needed it or any more food, it was dead on the bottom of the cage. So within the 3-hour period at some point, it had died. I was very upset because it was starting to tame down, even though it was hand-fed. It had stayed skittish in the beginning. And when I took it out, it was in perfect excellent condition. That was like a specimen bird. Not thin, not sick, no nothing. And where it had been picked, the little patch on its back, I could see new feathers already coming in. So I don't know. This is why I'm getting tired and keeping fewer and fewer birds, because I get depressed and sad and angry and all the emotions when I lose the birds. It's very upsetting to me, especially when I work so hard on taking care of them, but because I love them and they're beautiful. And that one was special because I had nursed it for almost 2 years, and it was doing wonderfully and starting to be friendly with me, and now it's gone. So this is pretty much the update for today. You're updated on what it is to have birds. Of course, anybody who raises anything, even farmers or whatever, this is part of it. You lose animals. That's just part of it. If you have chickens, you're going to lose chickens. You have cattle, you have sheep, you have goats, whatever. People, birds, whatever. You're going to lose some, which is, I don't know. It's, you have to know that, which I do, which I told people before. If you're going to breed birds, you better be used to the fact of losing them. So, anyways, this will be it for this time around. I'm hoping the other Rubino, like this in the house, I hope it perks up, but I don't know. It hasn't tried to eat on its own. And this one has a soiled vent. You can't see it, so I'm watching that one very close. I don't know why, though a lot of times, well, not a lot, but sometimes when they get off the weaning from the parents feeding them, I don't know, it's just, I'm hoping it cures on its own. If you notice, the bird looks perfectly fine, and sometimes they do get like a little bit of wet poop, but then it resolves itself. So we'll just see what happens. As you notice, this isn't a very happy video this time. Oh well, such is life. Maybe this gal, I don't know what she's doing. She doesn't come out. I haven't been able to peek. The top of the nest box is a mess because I won't do anything to disturb her. Normally I would brush the top of that nest box to get the feathers and dust and crumbles of food off, but I don't want to do anything to mess her up. I don't know though. I don't know. She may sit in there and there will be nothing. There will be babies dead in the shell, or I don't know. I'll be glad when this season's over. She's the last one. And I was so excited. Everybody was coming along so well. But of course, you always have losses. That's just part of it. But a lot of birds have to go. That's another thing. I'm feeding a lot of birds, and it costs quite a bit of money because I feed pellet. So it's not cheap. So hopefully, I haven't done anything with them yet. I want to make sure, I've always done this, make sure that they're totally on their own before they go to anybody. So see how that Rubino just kind of backslid on me? So the ones though that'll be first, of course, and they are doing well, are these down here. These would be ready to go now. It's just, I don't want more commotion in this room at this time with that hen in the nest box. If I try to start catching birds, they're gonna freak and panic and throw themselves all around the cage. Then that'll get those other youngsters throwing themselves all over the cage. Then it'll get every single bird in here basically doing the same thing. So, okay. Till next week, possibly, for the next update. Bye.